everyone. It's been a very big year and it's time for the big reveal. We'll take you for a tour into the new church, renovated church very soon. Brian Collins, parish priest here at St Anthony's and Resurrection. We've missed you terribly. It's been a very long 10 months, can you believe it? 10 months since we've had our big public masses. So we know, Martin and I and our whole teams are very much aware of how hard you've done it, how hard we've done it. And to know that it is lifting, to slowly let that spirit inspire us. And so as we come to this Advent days, which is that time of waiting, we've done heaps of it already, but now we're coming to this anticipation of what is, and that is something about our beautiful church has been restored to its beauty again, to another level, and it will lead us, I think, to a deeper spirituality and faith, but also to building a community, seeing each other. I know I can't wait to see you, and I hope you're the same, just for us to see each other. But also for this Christmas, we'll be seeing our family and our friends for the first time for many and many times. There's been separation. I'm conscious of those international families who can't get home or get family here. I'm very sad with you. I know there'll be some of you that will be in one place or the other. But today, let's call ourselves as family. Let's unite in this Christmas time. That God's love for us is paramount. And particularly in these times of crisis and difficulty like COVID, where much of the world is still in such sadness, may we, who are in a much better place, be courageous, be faithful and be bold a bit and live our lives in faith of love of God, love of neighbour and love of self. And loving that, we love Santa Claus too. So the good thing is, with all restrictions, Santa is coming. And what does he wear? Red and white. So come with me for a tour. Let's go for a stroll through some of the reveal of our renovated church. Here we have a street entrance at Buckley Street. Come on in to the new reception and see where you'll meet your community. Come on inside through our next doorway. And this is our weekday chapel, where of course we used to have cuppa. So from a community room, it becomes a room of faith. So this is where we'll each day gather for weekday mass, where up to this point we'll have 75 people to sit and a bit more space back here. So the windows depict the colours of the season of our faith, the seasons of Lent and Advent, to the saints and confirmation and martyrs, to the yellow is a bit like the white, the resurrection of new life, and the green. And so it's a new place for us to worship. The chairs will come in, the lectern's there, but we're not revealing it yet. The tabernacle is there behind the red, and the most beautiful wood oak, so the tabernacle and lamp and cross. And so it is a beautiful space. And this will then lead us to our coloured windows, which will then cast shadow or colour through the church as the sun moves around our building. It looks stunning already. Even on this wall, you can see where some of the pink or red is impacting on this wall already. So it's really exciting. We are delighted. The sound systems are in, security's coming in, thanks Neville, all those things. So we've got heaps of people working and it's been in great presence. Just here we have, of course, where the old stairs were. The left doorway is a storeroom where we'll store the extra chairs that will be needed for our weekday mass. And here will be Paddy and St Vincent Paul, our new St Vincent Paul store. And I'll say, come in and purchase and have a look around and buy what you want. And so this is going to be an open space with a safe drawer for people, and it will be stacked with all our St Vincent de Paul instruments soon. And here we have is a new disabled toilet, which was required legally. So let's now come and back to what was the original church. If you remember, these toilets were once the old Piety store, which changed under Tony Feeney's time in our leadership, which is a great asset. We then brought the doors back here. We've now moved the doors back to where they originally were. So all this area will now be our space for our devotion. So this is what will still open during the day for people to come and pray for the Blessed Sacrament, for Mass, or for their devotion. St Anthony, Mary McKillop, all of those icons will be installed out here. So it'll be a very sacred space. And that means that after the weekend Mass, we can close these doors and we can leave the appliances, the sound system, the microphones, all that in place, and these doors will be locked and secure. So this is where our public will have access out of hours. Come into our church, our beautiful building that we've worshipped in for such a long time. It's a huge space when you find it without much in it. And so as you can see, we're not finished yet, but we're getting very close. So we have beautiful new lights, but the power's off for the moment, but that'll be installed in the near future. Looks like our newly stained pews will be in next week, so that'll certainly make it look terrific. Underneath this is some beautiful tiles under this plastic protecting it, and I'm sure you'll either love it or be challenged by it. But what it has done, it's brought out all these beautiful colours of our bricks. For years and years, if anyone else has said, what colour of bricks are Santi? I would have said they're brown. But they are full of colour, which has really been lifted since this carpet has gone in and the lighting in our church. So it is spectacular. And so we decided very early in our discernment stuff that we would have our choir move from the front of the church to this part. So they're going to now be functioning just outside the sacristy, where there's a lot of activity happening. So wiring and those things. So just there is where that choir will be. So we've also then installed the ramp, which takes anyone with disability, a wheelchair or on sticks who wants to, not confident, to be able to walk up there to either help with communion or mass. It could be the priest. Anyone will have access to our sanctuary area. And so we have heating and cooling, which is installed. Unfortunately, with COVID and other complications, that they won't be used for a few months yet until we get the upgrade. So we're disappointed with that, but that's one of the costs of COVID. So we then have our funerals, of course, will still come out and process out this way. So the entrance near the hall is very much the deluxe suite. Let's come and have a look at that. So if you remember, this is where the Sacred Heart has stood for many years. So we've found a new home for Sacred Heart. Let's go have a look out there, western doors. So just out here, we have it. So that this is where we'll still bring our coffins out this way. There'll be big access for weekend masses, of course, for most part. And so this is where the Sacred Heart is now living here. It has its little chapel. And so we've got a new home being made from the old sanctuary. So the Sacred Heart will stand here to oversee us coming in and out. It'll be truly beautiful. And so here, of course, when we have people bring out their family, loved one, there's all these doors to enter in and out of. We'll then come out here for the weekday. Many families can stay in here. But we'll then bring our loved ones out this way. We have a nice day. There's all this other place to stand. And so we'll have our hearse here, where the coffin will be reverently placed into the car. And then they'll be driven off, and most likely we'll be able to do the guard of honours down our driveway again when they don't go to cemeteries. So it's really quite a wonderful thing. This wall here will also keep the heat off the church. So even hopefully this wall will keep the church a considerable degree cooler as well. So it's a beautiful brick. So you can see the markings of the church is very much of the old church to what is then new is different. So this will run even inside there, honouring the old outline of what was St Anthony's Church for many years. So it's been blended in to really fit and match, so it is exciting. And as we showed you from a distance, here is our ramp that leads straight up to the sanctuary area. There is a rail coming, we spoke about it the other day. So come and see our third entrance, which many of you use, those who park out in the streets in Raymond Street. And this will lead us from the church into the parish centre when it's built, where we'll have our gathering space for teas and coffees. So there'll be a notice board going here, a lovely wide open door that'll lead us to our statue of St Anthony when he returned, with his floppy stored suit, and just straight back to the parish centre, which is just really, really close. And then just back around here is where we'll have our memorial garden of remembrance, where we'll take some flowers, but all of our sacred plaques are in place and people's ashes, as well as beautifying the other garden that's got a bit out of hand at the moment. So that's creation and nature. If you've been to this room very often, haven't been for a while, come and have a look at the confessional room. The room that brings healing. Come on in. We still maintain this most beautiful window, and we'll work out how we'll set up this space. It's actually quite big, isn't it? So we look forward to welcoming you here to find a bit of healing and God's love, grace and mercy. At the moment there's a big bin outside, so that's where we'll dump all our rubbish, all right? So it's pretty appropriate. And our next room, of course, is our chapel for Mary, who will be reinstated in here to the beautiful window, but at the moment that's a bit of a storeroom, so but that's okay. You'll see a remarkable difference when it's time. And of course then we have the flower room, which will be part of the server's room. That's been a workroom too at the moment with all new sound things, so it's not accessible for us today. So which then brings us to our sanctuary space. You might see up here, this is where our new speakers are. They're very flat, they're very expensive and top quality. You'll notice them. And so they are installed already, ready to go. We then have our new projector, which will go into our new screen, which will be here on this wall. This is this one. On the other side of the church, it is another speaker, another screen, and on that side of the wall. So you'll be able to view and join in all the singing for wherever you might be sitting in our church. And so our sanctuary space, we've removed the carpet, of course, we've gone for polished concrete. On some beautiful days when the sun has shone, the glow of the beautiful windows onto the concrete has just been stunning. So I'm sure you'll see the beauty of that as time goes on. You'll also notice behind the sanctuary wall, the sanctuary behind the altar, where the tabernacle is, has been beautifully produced in this wonderful wood finish. It's just stunning. And so we'll have a lovely shelf that's not there yet, which will hold various things. But on that wall where the light is where the cross is going to be reinstated. And of course the tabernacle is there for the sanctuary. So already some of the lights we have, you can see, they look beautiful. The colour and texture of the church. So being up here when we celebrate Mass, now you see what we see. We see you and look forward to seeing you back here very, very soon. But the lighting shines up on the ceiling and also on the floor towards us. So there's no real dark spots. It looks like it's quite a nice light space. Here is, of course, the tabernacle, which isn't yet completed, but the tabernacle is here. Beautiful copper. There'll be a cross that's going to be here, and then a big sanctuary lamp that'll be here. So that'll be highlighted and be beautiful and stunning. But the rest is that this is all in the copper finish, but this is all textile wood, which is just stunning. So there's been a lot of craftsmen and women in here making our church beautiful for us again. And I hope that when you return, it'll even be more stunning. And I hope that because we know the church is more than a building, the church is us, you and me and many, many others. May we be a community that always welcomes new people, welcomes old people back. May we be a place that is about love, hope and faith. And may God always have a place of pride in this community and in this sacred church. The sanctuary furniture hasn't arrived yet, and so that's the next surprise for probably Christmas when you arrive. God bless, take care, miss you, love you all, can't wait to see your faces again very soon. God bless, bye.